Hello coders, in the last video we have seen subplot method of Matplotlib. In place of this subplot method, we can use subplots method of Matplotlib. So in this video we are going to see subplots method of Matplotlib. As you can see over here, to draw these 4 plots we have used this subplot method 4 times, that you can see over here. But we can use subplots method to create a single figure with several subplots with only one line of code. So let's get started. To explain you subplots method of Matplotlib, here I have mentioned some questions that you can see over here. So let's solve them one by one. So as you can see over here, we have already imported our required libraries and also we have uploaded our iris dataset. You can download this dataset from Kaggle or also from my GitHub account. Link is given in the description of this video. So now let's solve our questions one by one. So now our first question. In this question we have to draw 2 plots side by side. And we are going to take example of histogram of sepal length and sepal width. In place of histogram, you can use any other plot as per your requirement. So now we have to draw. So this is our figure. And we have to draw 2 plots side by side like this. Means with 1 row and 2 columns. So now let's get started. Let me first display column names. And we are going to use subplots method of Matplotlib. So plt.subplots. I am going to press shift tab. As you can see over here, docstring of this subplots method. As you can see over here, subplots method can support this many parameters. So let's use first nrows and ncolumns. As you can see over here, by default value of this nrows is 1. And by default value of this ncolumns is also 1. So let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, this subplots method returns this tuple with one figure level object and with one subplot level object. So we can access figure using this figure level object and subplot using this subplot level object. But as per our question, we have to draw 2 plots side by side. So here we have to write nrows is equal to 1 and ncols is equal to 2. That you can see over here, 1 row, 2 columns. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, as I said, subplots return tuple. So we have to perform tuple unpacking. This tuple contains one figure level object and one subplot level object that you can see over here. We can access first subplot using this object, second subplot using this object, and figure using this figure level object. So now let's perform tuple unpacking. So fig ax1. In place of ax1, you can use any other variable, and ax2. So this fig is figure level object that you can see over here, and this ax1 to access subplot 1, and to access subplot 2 we can use this ax2. So let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, we can see 2 plots side by side. So now as per our question, we have to draw histogram of sepal length and petal length. So for that I am using ax1, our first subplot level object, ax1 dot hist data dot, let me copy this sepal length and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, so to remove these extra lines, we have to write plt dot show. So now let me change color of this histogram to green. You can use any other color that you can see over here. So now let's access figure level object fig and let's give title to our figure using subtitle method, and let me give iris data set. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, so using fig we can access figure. Using this ax1 and ax2 we can access subplots. To give title to our first subplot, here we have to use set underscore title method. Please remember, here we have to use set underscore title method. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, sepal length in centimeter as our subplot title. Let me set x label. So for that we have to use ax1 dot set underscore x label. Let me give this. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Let me give y label. So for that we have to use ax1.set underscore y label. Let me write count. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. So this way we can set title to our subplot and x label and y label that you can see over here. And this way we can give title to our figure using super title method that you can see over here. So now let me copy this statements and let me paste it over here. Now as per our question, we have to draw histogram of sepal length and petal length. So let me copy this petal length and let me paste it over here. Also over here and also over here as well. In place of AX1, by that we can access subplot 1. But we want to draw histogram of petal length in this second subplot that we can access using AX2. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here. As you can see over here, some overlapping. So that we can remove using PLT dot tight underscore layout method of Matplotlib. Please remember this tight underscore layout method is used to adjust the padding between and around subplots. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So now let's change color of this second subplot. Let me use blue as you can see over here. So this way we can draw two plots side by side that you can see over here using subplots method of Matplotlib. So now our next question. In this question we have to draw plots top of each other like this. This is our figure and we have to draw one subplot over here and another subplot over here. So for that we require 2 rows and 1 column. To save our recording time, let me copy this code and let me paste it over here. So as you can see over here, currently we are using subplots method. So we have to change these parameters only. So in place of 1 row, now we require 2 rows and 1 column. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So this way we can draw 2 plots top of each other. In place of this histogram, you can use any other plot as per your requirement. So now our next question. In this question we have to draw 4 plots using subplots method of Matplotlib. So we are going to draw 4 plots like this 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for that we require 2 rows and 2 columns. So let me first display column names and let me copy this code to save our recording time and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So now we have to use 2 rows and 2 columns. So now let me copy this code and let me paste it over here 2 times. So now this subplots method return 4 subplots level object. So here we have to use ax1, ax2, ax3, ax4. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So now let me copy this sepal width and let me paste it over here and over here, and let me copy this petal width and let me paste it over here and over here, and here is ax1, ax2. Let me use ax3 over here and ax4. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. So now let me change color as you can see over here. So this way we can draw 4 plots that you can see over here with just one statement if we are using this subplots method of Matplotlib that you can see over here. So now our next question. So in this question we have to use ser x and ser y parameter to ser x and y axis. As you can see over here, we are going to share value of this x axis with these subplots and value of this y axis with these subplots. So let me show you this. So let me copy this code to save our recording time and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell. To share x axis, we have to set the ser x parameter to true. Let me execute this cell as you can see over here. Now it is sharing this x axis value to these plots that you can see over here. Same to share y-axis values, we have to set the share parameter to true. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, now it is sharing x-axis values with these plots and y-axis values with this plot that you can see over here. So this way we can use share x and share y parameter of this subplots method that you can see over here. So now our final question. So in this question we have to change figure size and figure color. So let me copy this code to save our recording time and let me paste it over here. Let me execute this cell. So now to change figure size, here we have to use fig size parameter is equal to, let me use 10,6. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, this way we can change figure size using this fig size parameter of this subplots method. Now let's change edge color. So for that we have to use figure level object fig dot set underscore edge color. Let me set it to black. For that also we have to change line width using set underscore line width. Let me pass 3 over here. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, here it is not displaying. So let me set it to 4. Let me execute this cell. As you can see over here, this way we can give edge color to our figure that you can see over here. So now let's change face color using fig dot set underscore face color. Let me give light green. Let me execute this cell that you can see over here. So this way we can use subplots method of Matplotlib. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you like this video, smash that like button. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.